Currently, she is an engineering leader at Amazon App Store, Bengaluru, where she's pushing the boundaries of performance. Ms Roshni.
I was so motivated that I thought that this is it. I want to focus on innovation, and that's when I decided that I want to go for my own startup.
So, you're driving AI led optimizations now at Amazon App Store. In your view, where is AI making the most real impact in engineering leadership and where is it still overhyped?
Yeah, a home services based solution which can help me to provide services in certain categories like baby care, elderly care, child care, and I'll give certain specifications.
Hi everyone and welcome back to FaceTime with Leaders powered by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm your host Charu Mehra and today we are diving into a world that touches all of us, often without us even realizing it. The world of payments, cloud systems and artificial intelligence. Think about it. Every time you buy something online, stream on your Fire TV, or make secure payments across borders, there is a whole universe of technology making that possible. Our guest today has been at the heart of building that universe. With over 17 years of experience across Amazon, PayPal, and JP Morgan, she's led engineering teams that design and scale systems for billions of users worldwide. From driving AI led optimizations at Amazon App Store to building payments infrastructure at PayPal and JP Morgan, she's seen technology from every angle: architecture, innovation, and leadership. Currently, she is an engineering leader at Amazon App Store, Bengaluru, where she's pushing the boundaries of performance and AI driven innovation. Please join me in welcoming Ms Roshni. Ms Roshni, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. How are you today?
Thanks, Charu. The pleasure is all mine, and I truly appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Great. I'm looking forward to having a great conversation today with you. So, Ms. Roshni, you've had such an interesting career across companies like Amazon, PayPal, and JP Morgan. To start off, could you share your career journey with us in your own words? Maybe just walk us through how it all began and how you've grown along the way.
Yeah, sure. This all started from my engineering college. Till third year of my engineering, my branch was civil engineering, and I was sure if I'm going to build bridges or I'm going to build software products. I can recall that I sat for both the interviews, and I had one opportunity in civil engineering from a Dubai-based company and one in software from India.
Mhm.
But in third year, we were working on. I had set up a society called Vision, which was into technology and innovation. So I
Okay.
started with a 9 members team where I was the first founder and coordinator of Vision, and we were, doing certain amount of innovation and prototyping.
Mhm.
Very soon, it expanded from a 9 member team to a 50 member team. And what I was
Wow.
most excited, yeah, and what I was most excited about is innovation was bringing people together and closer. They all were learning from each other and building products, doing a lot of research and prototype. We built a lot of robotics based products, and basically we presented in IITs and we got some prizes as well. So a great learning experience. And I think that's when I decided that, okay, this is my path forward. Probably I want to move to a sector where I'm able to solve real problems and benefit humanity. And that's when I
Right.
decided to move to software division.
Wow, wow, that is such an incredible journey, Ms. Roshni. And I can really feel the excitement and the tension you must have had in the early days.
Yeah.
So it is so relatable. And honestly, listening to, you, it felt out of depth and can totally connect with that. So thank you so much for sharing your journey with us.
Yeah, most welcome. So basically, if I may talk a little bit more about my journey.
Yes, yes.
After college, I went for a software, product, and I was part of Wipro Technologies. There, I joined as a, project engineer, and I was working on Oracle technologies. after 2.5 years, as I was so motivated with the innovation and the work we did, in college as part of Vision, I was so motivated that I thought that this is it. I want to focus on innovation. And that's when I decided that I want to go for my own startup. So,
Okay.
I went there for, I was part of that startup for around 3.5 years with two of my college friends. And this startup was into robotics and software solutions. We'll talk
Right.
in detail about these products which we're building. But this was a great learning experience being part of this startup. After that, basically, the startup was in Bhopal and Indore area. So when I was relocating to Bangalore, I was working for some time, but then I realized that distance and my role was not, I was not justifying the role. And that's when
Right.
I decided to move out. And I worked for a couple of more startups here in Bangalore, like Nestaway, FireEye, and 10i Solutions, etc. So one of my focus during these startups was to join early stage startup and to join as an IC role, because
Okay.
I wanted to learn more and more. I wanted to be part of products which where we are building from scratch, so that I can understand how are we making such decisions of database design, front end, back end technologies. How are we, building different microservices? So
Right.
purposely, I was into IC roles, and when I thought of moving to a scale and leadership role, that's when I decided to join bigger organizations.
Mm-hmm.
That was my transition phase in 2017 when I joined JP Morgan.
Okay.
It was part of one of the payments org, where we were replacing a 30-year-old mainframe based legacy system with a high technology and microservices based solutions.
Oh, wow.
And we started with just a 20 members team, and basically it scaled to 300 plus members team over the period of time. We ended up building 26 plus microservices, and basically we were building a solution which can serve all the different reasons. So this payment processing product was supposed to support EMEA, APAC, US, and various other regions as well. There
Mhm.
are, nuances around the compliance and all the rules and regulations of all the different reasons, and we had to
Right.
integrate into this system. And also, this is something which cannot go down, because we knew at that time also that JP Morgan process, they used to say that we process one third of world's economy every single day. So it was
Wow.
trillions of dollars getting transacted through these
Mhm.
systems. And hence we were mindful of building it in a scalable and resilient solution. And this was a great learning experience for me as well. After that, I continued working in the payments domain itself, but I moved to PayPal, where I was
Okay.
part of a consumer onboarding team. I joined here as an engineering manager, and I was leading a team. The pivotal moment for me was when I transitioned from a leadership role to an IC role again.
Okay.
Yes, and the reason was we wanted to transform, we wanted to build the infrastructure change from one infra to another infra, and that needed a lot of technical, in-depth understanding. So I
Mhm.
had to move to this role and lead the team so that we could scale this solution from 20 marketplaces to 300 marketplaces, which was complete
Right.
PayPal
Okay.
presence. So it was again a great learning experience, I would say, at the same time. But I was thrilled. I myself was not convinced when I was moved from a leadership role to an IC role, because again after 3 4 years I was going to that hands-on coding. But
Right.
it was great. Currently, I'm part of Amazon. In Amazon, also, I joined as you know a leader in consumer payments domain. I
Okay.
was leading, yeah, I was leading a product called co-branded credit card for two marketplaces, uh,
Okay.
EU and JP regions. And this product is basically, it helps you to, if you are purchasing anything at Amazon and you have co-branded credit card, then you would get certain amount of offer
Mm-hmm.
through this credit card processing. Currently in Amazon itself, I'm part of another organization called App Store, where we
Okay.
are part of the core platform team. And this App Store gets deployed on different type of devices like Fire TV, Fire tablets, EcoShow devices. If I can talk about my learnings at Amazon, I would say one of the important thing is leadership principles. We deeply deeply believe in leadership principles at Amazon, and it has given me a different level of operation and how I make my decisions based on these leadership principles. One more thing which I truly appreciate at Amazon is the culture of, writing. It's called PRFAQ. So if you
Okay.
have got a new idea, basically you are supposed to write a six-page document.
Oh,
Yeah, and it starts with how customers are experiencing the delight after this product is launched, what kind of experience they have, how they are enjoying this product, and all those things. And then in detail we talk about FAQs, which is like how business will operate, what would be the ROI, return on investment model, what would be the business challenges, how technology will evolve, what would be the architecture design, and a dive deep into all various areas. And then we sit together and we review this PRFAQ with our leaders. So initially, when I joined Amazon in one of the meetings, I can recall even now, there were 40 members in the team, where there were 40 people sitting and nobody is speaking for first 20-30 minutes. I was surprised what is happening. Then I realized that everybody was reading that PRFAQ in that meeting. So yeah, we used to read those long PRFAQs, and then people will ask questions and help you think through.
questions.
And you might go through multiple cycles based on how big is the investment, how big is the idea, etc. And then we take it to real life. And there has been multiple such products which we have built at Amazon, which started with a PRFAQ.
PRFAQ.
Yeah, either it's a health sector industry, or it's quick commerce. Recently, one of the team called Tej, it started with a PRFAQ, and now we are scaling very fast. So yeah, I'm very excited to be part of it.
Wow, wonderful. I actually was, when you're talking about PRFAQs, in one of my previous organizations where I have worked, we also had something like this called the POVs. Like if you have an idea, you just create a document with your POV as to what is the benefit you're looking at. And then again, as you described, you sit with people and you discuss that idea. So that is such a great way of I think generating ideas and getting things into place. And as I said earlier, that was such an incredible journey. From your decision from going into from civil to software, when you saw the technology was bringing people together and you took that decision, and it is absolutely, I think it has worked out in your favor. You've done so well. Kudos to you, ma'am. And I can really feel the ups and downs you described, the mix of excitement and tension in the
Yeah.
early days when you had to sort of grow from a leadership role to an IC role, but you still took that challenge and uh,
Yep, yeah,
did so well.
yeah, yeah. Thanks, Charu. I think I myself, the biggest challenge was I was not able to trust that. Can I go back to,
Back,
quitting after 4 years of working in a
absolutely.
leadership role?
Hmm.
But I think somehow my leadership trusted in me, and that showed well. And we eventually
A, a
scaled.
lot of times you are yourself not able to identify that zeal, that expertise in yourself, but your seniors, your leadership
Yeah,
team is able to see that you will be able to do it, and you proved it.
absolutely.
Kudos to you for that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks, Charu.
All right. So you're driving AI-led optimizations now at Amazon App Store. In your view, where is AI making the most real impact in engineering leadership, and where is it still overhyped?
Sure. I think that's one of my area of interest. I have been spending a lot of focus on AI in last 2 years. Recently, I did a program also called Leadership with AI through ISB, which gave me even deeper insights in where all AI can make change. So maybe I would like to start with what we are doing at Amazon. So I must say that there is not a single organization in Amazon which is not touched by AI. And we are extensively using AI in various aspects.
Yes.
If we talk about Amazon online stores, we are using it for recommendation. You might have seen if you purchase
Yes.
something, it shows you may want to buy something like this, or similar products, right? That's coming based on AI. Then there is a concept of dynamic pricing, which also comes with AI prediction. We are using it in some places. Then we are also helping our vendors and partners with AI content writing. So previously, vendors used to be like, they had to write their own content, what this product is about, and a lot of details.
Right.
So vendors are attentive and they spend that effort. Some of them were not. But now, as soon as you upload a picture of the product, AI itself is giving you a very beautiful writing about the product and details and things like that. You might have also seen something like you want to visualize a product in the how
In
it
the
looks in
room.
your room, and that
Yes.
is also one aspect of AI. So one very interesting aspect of AI, which I recently encountered, is like if you want to see I don't know if you got a chance to explore Alexa. So Alexa is extensively used for smart home solutions. It's
Yes.
like through Alexa I can communicate, Alexa open the door, Alexa go and check where is my dog, where is my cat, where is my baby, and Alexa will come and
Right.
tell me everything.
Right.
It's basically Alexa is integrated with a home service smart home
Secret.
solution,
Yes.
and then it integrated with cameras as well.
Right.
Recently, I was going through demo crawl, which is one of our innovation event. Where in devices org everybody will come up with some innovation idea and
Mm-hmm.
they'll build a small demo of the thing. I saw one very interesting use case of Alexa, where let's say if I am asking Alexa, go and fetch my dog, basically a very nice picture of my way of talking to that agent. If I like Shah Rukh Khan, maybe Shah Rukh can be that. Okay, I'll get your dog, and he will communicate in a very casual way. And every time when I'm talking to Alexa, Shah Rukh Khan will come. Similarly, if I am, I'm getting a call with a customer, but I'm not in a presentable format, I can put a very natural model of me inside that tool,
Oh,
and it can talk like, okay, Roshni is talking. So I don't need to be worried about how I'm looking at the moment, while at the same time being presentable and, talk to our customers. So there are a lot of innovations which is happening in Amazon. If I talk about App Store, which is my current business, yeah,
mm-hmm.
extensively we are using it for App Store things. One very interesting thing which I want to share, which was part of this demo crawl, is like let's say you're watching some online content like on Netflix or Prime Video, and suddenly you liked a dress which a particular actor or a character is wearing, and you
Very.
pause that video and you ask that I want to purchase everything in this, or show me the similar product, whatever is there in this current video or picture. So it will take you and it will show you similar dresses, similar like
Wow.
backgrounds, furnitures, everything which is coming in that video. It will be able to give you a reference from Amazon, and you can go and seamlessly you can go ahead and purchase it. So yeah,
This
I
is so
think
interesting.
yeah, so I think AI is impacting all of us in multiple ways. Of course, positively, it's also helping us to improve on our productivity.
Mhm.
Like if I talk about automation sector, right? So we have whenever we write the code, we also have to write unit test cases, integration test cases, to ensure that in the background you can check every time you are deploying a code to production, you ensure that all the functionalities are working fine. And
Right.
every time it cannot be a manual testing, we have to go through automation testing. With these LLMs and AI agents, we are able to write it faster. Something which used to take 1 or 2 engineer 3 months to complete, automation coverage, AI agents can, generate it in a week time. So LLM
Wow.
are able to, yeah, and we have done recently. One of an intern in my team was performing this, and she was able to show that we can, in every service, we can save around 60 weeks of effort in a year for every
Oh,
service by adding the using LLMs and saving the efforts on unit and automation coverage. So yes, of course, great saving for the organization. And last but not least, you might have heard of AI agents, which we are extensively using within organization. So how it works is like, imagine I'm not a programmer, but at the same time I have a very great product idea. So I'll just go and type AI agent that I want to build a, I actually used it for one of my NGO products. I want to
okay.
build, yeah, a home services based solution which can help me to provide services in certain categories like baby care, elderly care, child care, and I'll give certain specifications. It should have certain filters, it should have certain features, and it will generate you the entire website. Yeah,
Oh,
in 15 minutes it will generate your entire website. Now you
wow.
can look into, okay, all the flows are working fine, give them consequent command like, okay, no, please go ahead and fix this flow. And it has a proper model, so AI agent will go, they'll talk to their architect, this is the architecture pattern I'm thinking about, is this the scalable model, and then they will discuss and come back, okay, yes, this is the solution. And everything happens
Wow.
in few seconds. That's the most interesting thing. The longest time I think AI agent has taken in implementing something was 5 or 6 minutes. Yeah, and if we do in a normal human world, it takes quite a bit of time. So it's super interesting. One of the recent tools which Amazon has been supporting, there you can upload the exact requirements and some of the wiki details. It is able to generate the HLD, high level design diagrams, and low level design diagrams, which is very relevant for that project. And using those designs, they are able to generate the overall application. So yeah, that's about Amazon, how we are using it. Now coming to the overall across the world in various sectors, I think we are extensively using AI in healthcare industry, where we are using it for various trials, various diseases like cancer and various other diseases. It's
Mhm.
able to quickly identify,
Right.
we are able to early identify for certain operations where we need a lot of precision. AI robots are much more
Mhm.
accurate than human being, and I see a lot more scope. Or at least in my perception, we have not yet explored, but there is a huge scope in healthcare sector to use
Mhm.
AI, and we are actually using some of them. Second industry, which is very much benefited with AI, is I think finance and banking sector.
Yes.
You
Yes.
might have heard that fraud detection and prevention mechanism. I'll talk about one of the use case which we used at Amazon. But in general, in fraud detection and prevention, AI is helping a lot, to detect early if there is a fraud use case, and then, suggest you with the right mechanism. It can
Agree.
actually tell you that if like there are certain risk score calculations based on it, it can tell you what kind of, fraud is it. Is it that the human itself is trying to do a fraud, or it's there is a bot who is trying to submit an application. It will
Mhm.
give separate scores. I was part of that team who was building it, and then based on that score you can decide if it's a human based fraud. Then we ask them for OTP validation so that we can ensure that this is a legitimate human with the right
Right.
mobile number
Right.
for all banking transactions. But if it's a bot, then we will render them a challenge that, okay, you please fill the challenge, because bot will not be able
Yes.
to understand and solve that problem, right?
Yes. The way we have that select the squares which has a bicycle, things like
Yes,
that.
yes, yes. So those are just to identify the bot and
Bots. Hmm.
yes, and in cases where we see lower risk code, then we perform validations in background, never bring it to foreground, because in most of the cases we would want to minimize the friction for a user to complete the form or any application flow, but at the same time, security is also important.
Right.
Talking about other, I think we talked about retail where it's used for recommendation engine, dynamic pricing, and various other things. In manufacturing as well, we are using it for multiple use cases like inventory management, like predicting if a machine is going to, uh, get defective slow based on the
Mhm.
uses of that machine, and based on the certain, image processing of that machine, we are able to predict that when this machine will go in a downtime, so that you can
Right.
have a replacement in place and things like that. It also helps you in to avoid understocking or overstocking
Overstocking.
by predicting the inventory management. So yeah, I think it's extensively used in various industry sectors, I believe.
Wow, wow. This makes it so interesting, Ms. Roshni. I love how you're grounding AI in real engineering outcomes rather than just the hype. It makes the impact so much more tangible. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I also, I've seen that some of those AI-driven initiatives have really moved the needle in our favor.
Yep, yep.
So it is actually helpful and useful in a lot of parameters.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. I think, but still, I just want to call out one thing towards the end of the AI topic, that we have not yet been able to utilize AI in its full potential.
Right.
There are certain areas where we are doing a lot of work. Like if I talk about AI-based application, AI agents, you'll see a lot of investments which is going around across the world in building these AI agents and certain applications which helps you to build the application faster, but all in software. We have not extensively used AI in hardware and the robotics. So robotics is going to give us a lot of results. We are doing,
Yes.
I'm sure we are doing in healthcare and certain industries. But the way I envision AI is it should be able to take care of all the repetitive and autonomous work. And we
Yes.
as a human should be at the center of, at the core of, emotional intelligence, decision making, creativity, and areas where it's more like, human driven thing. In future, I see a great collaboration. I never see AI replacing human. I see an
Absolutely.
augmentation where AI and human are collaborating and we're working in a hybrid mode. It's not too late when we will see in our standards an AI agent is also joining and we are assigning him tasks and he's closing those tasks, etc. So yeah, those are the things. But robotics is one sector where I would want to see AI to progress a lot and help
Right.
in these human centric, like physical effort kind of thing to be reduced. Like if you want to clean a city, just build.
I was just thinking about that. It is
Exactly.
so much more easier, to deploy a robot for doing that.
Yes, yes. Why a human is consistently trying, and still, I mean, I'm in Bangalore and I can say that the city is not yet clean, right? So let's
It's still
deploy.
cleaner than the other cities, I would say.
Yeah, so let's deploy certain robots across various, and human can guide it. Human can
Absolutely.
decide that where those robots has to be, placed, when they have to be started, when they have to be stopped. What kind of, cleaning is needed? It could be soil, it could be water-based cleaning, it could be different. So those decisions human can make, while robot can work 24/7 to provide.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, great. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. This has actually, this makes it feel so real and relatable. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And
Okay,
thanks for asking the relatable questions as well. Because I think these are the areas where actual my passion lies, and I think I got over passionate with.
all good. Okay. So you've also been an entrepreneur, co-founding Dream System Innovations. How has building something from the scratch shaped the way you work inside global organizations?
Sure. Thanks for asking this. So, as I said, when I was in college, that had given me a deep understanding of how innovation can bring people together and it helps us to solve some real problems. So, I had this thing inside me that I want to go for my own startup. And that's where, after 2.5 years at Wipro Technologies, I decided to go for my startup journey with two of my college friends. My initial challenges was to convince my own family members. So I come from a middle class background, born and brought up in a village in Bihar. So for my parents, it was actually difficult to understand that someone with 2.5 years of experience in software can go and start their own company, and they were really worried about my career and future.
Career.
So that's where I took help of my elder brother. He was also an IIT pass out and he was working in a startup. So he talked to them and convinced them that let her go and follow her dreams. If it doesn't work, she can come back and join software industry at later point of time. It should not be a big challenge. So that was that. And then another thing was my own manager at Wipro. She was also worried that how it's going to impact my career growth and things like that. She had actually motivated and inspired me throughout that tenure of 2.5
Mhm.
years. She also made me talk to our director at that time in that organization, that maybe he can influence me not to quit and stay with Wipro. So I listened to him carefully because he had come from startup background. So I told him that I understand there are risks associated, and there is a risk with my career growth. But at the same time, I don't want to, regret at later point of time that something which I wanted to build, I could not, live my dreams. So yeah, it took me 6 months to influencing my own family and then my manager at the time. After that, we went ahead. So our initial idea was to work on robotics itself because we had done certain robotics based, prototypes in college time and we saw the impact. So two of my friends were from electronics background itself, and
Okay.
that's why
Okay.
robotics was our core center. As I said, I still feel that robotics has not been extensively
Used.
used, so I had that thing in mind. So we started focusing on local market at that time. We were operating from Bhopal and Indore area, and we built a robot called heavy weight lifter. So it's like a autonomous robot which can lift up between 500 to 1000 kg weight, and it can take it from one location to another location without any human guidance. So it used
Like a forklift, but without a human presence.
without a human presence, and it used to work on sensors. So it can be a white line tracer, a colored line tracer, or some other way of communicating, like how you have to traverse through the path, and it was able to move. We deployed it at our customer locations, and we received certain feedbacks. Based on that, we improved that as well, improved the overall product. Along with that, we also did some good research work in smart home solutions. So in smart homes, uh, we were able to integrate with Alexa, and your entire home can be integrated with Alexa, like
Wow.
lights, fans, TV, everything. You might have seen in movies, like you do a clap and some light,
Yeah,
right,
yes,
and you do a
yes.
clap, or you say something and it, fan is on. So all these things we had actually I experimented in my own home as well later in Bengaluru. So that was another business aspect where we were focusing. And as you know, most of the startup initially struggles with funding. So to
Yes.
take care of that, we were also running certain trainings for engineering students at that time. Again, the focus was solving their problems in third and final years for robotics and aspects like that. And we also used to demo them our products so that they can learn from that. Um,
Right.
Two of my co-founders suggested, why don't you do something in software also, because you are coming from that background. Initially, I was focusing only on robotics. Then I said, okay. As part of this, I was leading a software division in the organization. We were a very small team of 25 members. I was leading a 5-6 members team in software solutions, where we were focusing on client products mostly. We built some interesting products as part of it. One of the product which I can recall was in EdTech. So it's a tablet-based application where
Okay.
parents, teacher, and children can collaborate. So as a
Okay.
parent, I can see what assignments my child has got and how he or she is performing in the class, what is the score. I can also go ahead and assign a new assignment to my children, and I can put certain questions in the. If it's a video, I can go and add questions inside the video, like in 5 minute, 10 minute, to ensure that my child is actually going through that entire.
Going through the video. Right.
Yes. So I think it was quite interesting product, and it was actually more relevant when we had COVID time, right? When we were all
Mhm.
sitting at home
Yes.
learning.
Yes.
So that product would have been quite relevant for this. We also built one product which was online customized design tools. So it's like if you have a mug or a diary or something you want to customize with pictures
Customized.
and certain things. And we tried selling this product to that time Printo, but eventually I got to know they are building their own software solution, so it didn't work that time. And few more products as part of it. Yeah, so this was my overall journey. I must say that it gave me a great learning experience. So of two things. One is innovation was at core of it, and that continued throughout my journey. If you see my journey, I was part of hackathon at JP Morgan, where we were building a payment failure mechanism, where you can
Right.
with accuracy when a particular payment is going to fail. So for a huge volume of payments, right? Let's say a company merger is happening, right? Now if that payment fails, it can be a panic or it can be a huge impact. So we used to
Right.
predict ahead if a particular payment can fail, and then how to fix it. So we had built these as hackathon projects. Similarly, in PayPal, I built something hackathon related to NGO initiative. In Amazon, also my team won a hackathon which was in consumer payments. So that innovation thing continued even after my
Yes.
startup, and that is still at core of me, who I am and how I think in terms of product. Second thing which I learned is the complete software development life cycle, because
Mm-hmm.
as we are building the products from scratch, so it gives you a very clear understanding of how to think of database design, how the front end and back end technologies are going to communicate,
Right.
how this can be developed into a scalable solution. So those seeds were coming from my startup experience.
Wow, that is so compelling, Ms. Roshni. And I think building something from the ground up gives you
Mhm.
perspective that you can't get in any other way. You sort
Mhm.
of become independent and you start thinking independently,
Yeah.
start problem solving, start, predicting what problems can you face. So you get a lot of experience
Yeah.
uh, when you start something from scratch. And I think a lot of listeners can relate to that mix of ambition and uncertainty that comes with entrepreneurship.
Yeah, yeah. I think my entrepreneurship journey kept me on toes all the time. So when I'm challenged in my current roles, I say, guys, I have been through a phase where I was actually on my toes. Now my things
Absolutely.
are still okay because I have, those learnings in place, which helps me,
Right.
keeps guiding me in this journey.
Right. All right, Ms. Roshni, let's take a quick break from all the serious stuff. This is our rapid fire round. No career talk, just you. First thought, short answers. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. Here we go. One word that makes you smile instantly.
Mommy, mama, mom.
Ah,
As I think my daughter has given me 10 different names, and every word makes me very, smile. It makes
wow, that's so beautiful. Okay, next one. An everyday habit you would never give up.
connecting with nature and connecting with myself.
Wow, that is wonderful. Wow. Okay, next one. If you had a magic remote, rewind, pause, or fast forward, which button would you press first?
Rewind.
Okay, great. All right, next one. One food you can never say no to.
I have a sweet tooth. It's
All
difficult
right.
for me to say no to sweets,
No,
sometimes chocolates also, but preferably sweets, Indian sweets. I love.
Indian sweets. Okay, okay. All right. Mountains or beaches? Your escape spot.
I wouldn't say escape spot, but I think preferably mountains. I love both,
Mountains.
but preferably mountains.
Wow. Okay, nice. All right. A movie you watched more than 5 times.
That's interesting. I think not exactly five, but yeah, maybe 4 to 5 times. Matrix,
Oh,
Interstellar, yeah, and in Hindi, I think Dil To Pagal Hai or Shah Rukh Khan movies.
all Shah Rukh Khan movies. It seems like you're a Shah Rukh Khan fan.
I am. I think two
Same. So am
good.
I, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, okay. You are also great. We are all 90s stuck people.
Yes.
90s stuck.
Right. Okay, next one. A small thing that instantly lifts your mood.
Uh, yeah. I think three things, maybe if I can say. First
Please.
one is time with my daughter, the moment I spend with her. Second one is dance. And third one is the quickest one would be, I think, hot cup of tea.
Ah, nice, nice, wonderful. Okay, last one. If life gave you an extra 1 hour every day, how would you spend it?
Oh, this is beautiful. I think I would want to spend this 1 hour in learning. It could be through books, through podcasts, or through other different forms of learning.
Learning.
Yeah, it's actually part of my daily affairs that I'm thankful for this opportunity where to be part of this world where entire world is connected and the entire information is on fingertips. You can learn and dive deep into any possible direction you want to.
Agreed.
I think this is such a great era where all the information is online, all the knowledge is online,
Yes.
and any form of learning I would love. Nowadays, preferably podcast. I have stopped reading, but
Mhm.
podcasts are continuing for books as well as for other source of knowledge.
Wow, wow, that was wonderful, simple, spontaneous, and so very real. So thank you so much, Miss Roshni. This round actually lets you see the person behind the professional. So thank you for being so candid with us.
Thanks, Charu, for beautiful questions. I think I love these questions.
So, Miss Roshni, before we wrap up, I want to touch on a really serious side of technology. We've seen scams evolving with tech, from deep fakes being used to impersonate CEOs and authorize fake transfers, to phishing apps and UPI frauds, even SIM swapping, where scammers intercept OTPs. As someone who has led payments and compliance systems at a global scale, How do you look at these threats?
Sure. So I'll start with a story. Recently, I was watching a web series called Special Ops 2. I think it has come on Geo Plus
Yeah.
Hotstar.
Hotstar.
Yeah, where there is a raw officer named Himmat Singh, and he's leading a set of raw agents deployed in different locations across the world. And the threat is that there is a rogue businessman who is performing organized cyber attacks in India,
Yes.
and they are well funded through some of our rival nations, and they are trying to target our financial systems. Bring it down, steal the sensitive information, and then sell it to our rival nations. So eventually they are able to protect it. But if you see this entire plot, right, one thing is very clear, and we need to acknowledge it quite seriously, is that modern warfare will not be fought on battlefield. It
Battlefields.
is going to be fought in cyberspace, in the software
Yes.
world. And
Yes.
as the threat is real, we need to prepare ourselves for this. There's no doubt about it. Both nation as well as companies like private organizations, they need to prepare for it. I think nowadays we hear, like, you might have heard some of the attacks which big organizations had in terms of data stealing, and as well as in nations. So I'll talk about some of the secure mechanism which we should start doing it. One thing is, like, of course we are building a very secure network, we are putting right set of firewall solutions and security mechanism in place, but we need to also build for resilience. What it means, let's say you build the most robust system, but as there is organized crime and they are consistently trying to break down that security breach might happen. But how soon or how fast we can recover from it? Can we recover in 5 minutes? Can we recover in 30 minutes? Can we recover in 1 hour? Because as soon as we recover, the impact would be lesser. And
Yes.
the time extends, the impact would be
That
more
would
and
be
more,
over.
right? So we have to build our muscles for resilience in cyberspace. Second thing is like zero trust architecture. Let's not trust anything,
Anyone.
authenticate everything, either it's terms of users, applications, access. Let's go with the zero trust architecture. Third thing, if I talk about nations, we have to start thinking in terms of cyberspace commandos. Like the way we have our armies and our commandos in place to protect our land and water and
Borders.
sky. Similarly, we should have cyberspace commandos who are consistently working to understand what are the vulnerabilities of our own systems, right? Our
Yes.
own
Yes.
economy, our own finance system, our own security systems, etc. And we ourselves should be able to identify those weaker points, and we should be able to fix it faster. So, with this, I must say that as a nation, I think we should start across the world, all the nations should start investing in, building that workforce, and how we can, educate our engineers for it. Like you might have seen recently, AI and Gen AI has become part of the course because we are evolving a lot in AI.
Yes.
Similarly, we
Yes.
need to educate our engineers for the cyberspace, how to do ethical hacking, how to identify these attacks, how to, so it should be part of our curriculum mechanism.
Right.
Last but not least, there is a great scope of public partner private collaboration. So government should be collaborating globally to share the information, and government should be also collaborating with these private organizations to protect their own economy. Like
Right.
we talk about financial, in scope of India, if I talk about, there's a Paytm. Paytm has enabled a lot of MSMEs and smaller vendors in doing their business, and that's of course benefiting Indian economies. So it's a responsibility of our government as well, how we can provide them the secure, because as a startup
Mhm.
they might not be able to focus on all aspects of security, so a collaboration will help them to protect the systems. So yeah, I see a lot of need. uh, I must say that if we want to succeed in this field, then we have to focus on certain aspects. One is like building that workforce. Second
Mhm.
is collaboration and sharing the information, and then making people understand what is ethical and what is unethical, so that people can choose a side. I believe most of the folks would be going on ethical side. However, there
Right.
could be some bad factors in place. I think it happens all the time, right?
All the time.
All the time.
Absolutely.
Any new technology comes into picture, there would be people who wants to, benefit humanity out of it, and there would be people who wants to misuse it for their personal gain.
Agreed. Agreed.
So same.
Wow, that is really eye-opening, Ms. Roshni. I feel the scale and sophistication of these threats really put into perspective the human and strategic effort behind security. And, that's something every listener can connect with, even outside fintech. So,
Yeah.
great points you've laid across. And, as I just wanted to, ask an additional question. You were talking about being ready for the warfare. Do you think our country is there yet, or there is a lot of work to be done?
Uh, yeah, sure. So yes, I don't think we are ready, and there is a lot of work which has to be done, and I think we need to start from ground level. So as I said, preparing a workflow force which is skilled in hacking, ethical hacking, and how to protect our systems. I remember when I was in college, I had attended this 2 days workshop on ethical hacking. But that
Mhm.
gave me a lot of confidence, and that was one of the reason. That workshop was one of the reason I could join a cybersecurity based company, FireEye, when I was doing in startups. FireEye
Mhm.
later got acquired by, I think, McCafe. But that opportunity came from my only 2 days workshop, which gave me a lot of understanding in ethical hacking. So I think our government should start focusing in this the way we are, as I said, the way we are investing in our own armies and protecting the land, water, and
Right.
air. We have to start investing in it, and very soon we will be seeing, that this has become the center of focus. And I think the effort should start right away. I think I am really feeling that this is need of the hour, and we should
Uh,
start focusing in these and securing all our critical, either its website or its data center, or any data which is crucial or sensitive. We should be protecting with all our means.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for, um, providing your inputs. That was, I know that was impromptu, but that just thought that came into my mind, and I thought you'll be, one of the right persons to ask this question.
Yeah, yeah, I'm happy to answer this, and I'm really worried, especially after seeing this series, especially.
Serious. So, Miss Roshni, you've recently joined Directors Institute. Could you share what drew you to it and how being part of this network has shaped the way you're thinking about leadership and governance?
Sure. Thanks for asking this, Charu. I think this is super important for me. I'll tell you why I see it, how it's going to contribute in what I'm doing now, and
Yes.
how it will be contributing in a near future as well. So currently, I'm part of Amazon, and I'm also running an NGO. So as a co-founder and director, so it definitely helps me to understand certain compliance and practices,
Right.
as I have closely worked with payment world, right? In JP Morgan, PayPal, and at Amazon as well. I think compliance and these legal regulations plays a critical role in
Right.
the payment world, right? So I'll tell you a story. When I was working at Amazon, we were building a product, co-branded credit card for Japan marketplace, and I was leading a team which was owning the fraud detection and prevention tool as well. So there was a requirement from Japan that they would want to ensure that burner phones are not used while authenticating a customer for onboarding the to the credit card.
Okay.
Now, initially, I struggled that why they have a very specific, requirement. Then later, I got to know that the ideal phones are usually KYC'd, and only then
Right.
start using in Japan. But these burner phones are not KYC'd. So even if you identified the phone, you would not be able to identify the right or
Right.
legitimate owner of that phone, and hence the chances of fraud use cases are more. So we had to collaborate with the telecommunication industry to ensure that the SMS which is received by the customer for OTP, that's not a SMS, but it should be a voice call. So voice
Okay.
call cannot work for burner phones.
Wonderful.
Hence, they had to take KYC phone only to authenticate themselves.
Right.
So I understood that these compliances are sitting at the core of payment world, and that's where
Mm-hmm.
I felt that learning, how to do things, how SEBI works, what are the company acts, and these aspects are going to give me broader understanding how I want to operate at leadership role, in payments world. Also, uh, I have plans. I might go for startup again in future. Again, I think that it's going to definitely help me. And most importantly, it gives you to build a solid network in
Yes.
terms of working with these leaders, these boardroom directors and things, how they see. I also see how it's going to shape my contribution to the world, because you are an independent director. You are not directly getting benefited from these, your voting and your say, but then
Mhm.
you are thinking more about how we can benefit in general
Right.
humanity, society, how we can help to improve climate, and how we can contribute to making those conscious right decisions. So I value and truly appreciate my role, once I complete this program, how I'll be able to contribute to humanity. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity.
Wow, wow, that's a wonderful feedback, Ms. Roshni. Thank you so much for that. And hearing how these networks shape thinking beyond day-to-day operations really bring the boardroom perspective to life. And it is also inspiring that in spite of having such a huge and extensive career, you are still looking forward to learning something new, and you want to contribute to the society. So that's really wonderful. And I wish you all the best for your future goals.
Thank you, Charu. I truly appreciate your questions and the way you have, helped me to navigate through my career journey. It was super, super exciting, I would say. Thanks a
It
lot.
was my pleasure, ma'am. This has been such an insightful conversation, Ms. Roshni. From your early journey in technology to leading large scale systems at Amazon, PayPal, and JP Morgan, and now shaping innovation with AI. You've given us a real window into what it takes to lead with both depth and vision. What stood out for me is how you connected technology, people, and governance, reminding us that leadership is not just about building systems, but about building trust and lasting impact. So, thank you for sharing that with us.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thanks, Charu.
Great. Thank you once again for sharing your journey and your perspective with us. It's been pleasure having you on FaceTime with Leaders. I'm Charu Mehra, and this has been FaceTime with Leaders, powered by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. Until next time, stay curious, keep building, and lead with purpose. Thank you.
I'm good.